It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 30th of December. I'm Michael Groff. We are winding down 2024, moving toward the new year. Even though the calendar might change, the weather pattern around here really isn't. Dry conditions, temperatures above average, no sign of any precipitation for the week ahead. Now, there are indications that the pattern across North America will be undergoing a fairly dramatic change. Will that impact us here in Arizona? We'll talk about that and everything else as we dive on in. First, the almanac from yesterday. 75 degrees the afternoon high, 46 the morning low, and that's above those averages of 65 and 45. Outside now, just before 12 noon, clear sky out there, a gorgeous day, 64 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points 28, humidity 26%, wind for the southeast at 3, barometer 30.03 inches and falling. Satellite picture out here across the west, and of course, the main storm track is north of Arizona, and that's where you'll find the rain and higher elevation snow, but for us, mostly clear sky in place. And that means mild days, cool nights, temperatures above average, and that's not changing for a little while. Watch warning map across the country. We've got dense fog up across parts of the northern plain states, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Minneapolis this morning, they were socked in with fog, near zero visibility, and with temperatures below zero. That's, of course, our favorite friend, freezing fog, where everything that fog touches just gets coated in that glaze of ice. It starts to freeze everything. And that is real fun to travel in, as I'm sure many of you that have ever lived in those colder climates with fog like that know. And so that's going to continue. But the good news is that freezing fog will be getting out of there because, quite a pattern change is going to start to take place. Much colder air will be descending in coming days. And again, we'll talk about that in a moment. Elsewhere, red flag warnings over parts of West Texas, New Mexico, some of the adjacent areas. We've got above average temperatures, low humidity, and breezy to windy conditions. And that sets the stage for the potential of wildfires. And that's why we have those red flag warnings in those areas. North of us, of course, we also have winter weather advisories over the Intermountain West and spilling out toward the plains. Here in Maricopa County, we've got an air quality alert, as you might well expect, thanks to the fine particulate matter. Of course, all those people setting off fireworks as well. And that's why this air quality alert goes through 9 p.m. New Year's Day. So Wednesday at 9 p.m. is when that extends through. And so you know that the air quality is bad. It's going to get worse tonight when more people have to set off fireworks because they just, I love to hear them booms. I would like to blow stuff up. And of course, tomorrow night. And then the professionals do it too. But yes, more fireworks. Keep those pets indoors. And if I may just say this, hot take here on the weather video. Time for a hot take, everybody. I'd love people to sign a petition banning all fireworks, all sales of all fireworks here in Arizona, period. I know. Mike is against all things fun, right? Well, I don't know. I'm a pet owner. Some of us actually like to sleep, the limited amount of sleep that I do get. Some of us like to sleep at night at 11 or midnight or 1 a.m. And that becomes pretty much impossible this time of the year. So, if you can't play with your toys responsibly, then they should be taken away from you. All right. That's the hot take for today. All right. Oof, we're going to get the hate comments on that. Okay, the convective outlook for today, no organized severe weather across the nation. Some thunder possible over the Midwest. And the precipitation outlook valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, nothing. Region-wide, not much to be had at least. Not for the next 6 or 7 days. Yes, the pattern is changing, but it really isn't going to result in rainfall around here for a while. We'll talk about why that is as we get to the models right now. Take a look at things. This is the GFS. It is the 12Z run. It's valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. This is the upper look at 18,000 feet off the ground where the pressure is 500 millibars. We got a short wave moving across the plain states, northwesterly flow around here. The heights are above average. And so what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today is temperatures will again be above average thanks to those upper heights being where they are. That northwesterly flow, sunny sky, highs low to mid 70s. Gorgeous day, but above average by about 7 to 10 degrees or so. For tonight, you got clear sky. Lows will drop into the upper 30s and the cool spots 40s elsewhere. Tomorrow, more the same. Upper 60s, low 70s, sky mostly sunny. Now, for tomorrow night, as you're getting ready to ring in the new year and you're dodging the fireworks and hoping that nobody sets your lawn on fire because they're not professionals, they're just dummies that want to light them off because they like to hear booms. Well, it'll be, we'll see temperatures dropping into the 40s about midnight tomorrow night in most spots around the valley. And yes, those skies will be mostly clear to partly cloudy and then turning rather hazy thanks to all that smoke. So be prepared for that. I'm not really all for, if you're going to be out there, going out there for New Year's Eve festivities out and about, do be aware of all of that. We want you to be careful out there, but the weather shouldn't be a problem. Now, for New Year's Day, of course, haze in the morning, naturally. We'll see some clouds around at times. High temperatures, upper 60s, low 70s. Let's go to Thursday. Sunny sky around here. High temperatures, again, topping out, I'd say low 70s, maybe even mid 70s. And it's more or less the same thing Friday. Partly sunny. High clouds around, high temperatures, low to mid 70s. Same thing Saturday. Sunday, temperatures may back off a little bit. The short wave may pass by and kind of take the upper heights down a little bit, so high temperatures might drop a few degrees, closer to 70, but that's still above average, and the sky remains partly sunny. The air mass remains dry, and some high clouds coming through. Now, what's happening elsewhere across the country? Let me show you what's going on here. This is out toward a week from today. This is Monday, the 6th of January. Vortex spinning up there across central Canada. Get that cross-polar flow going. Got a ridge that's amplifying along the west coast. So a deep layered northerly flow is going to set up east of the Rockies, and that's going to start to potentially pull down that Arctic air southward into the central and eastern part of the country. Now, we're going to see that beginning to intrude as early as maybe tomorrow night and Wednesday in the northern plains, but it's going to take a while to really migrate southward. We could really see some cold air plunging on south by sometime next week. Again, mainly east of the Rockies. And so they're going to be going in the deep freeze. And there's all sorts of crazy model solutions regarding snow across the southeast U.S. And some say yes and some say no. We're not even going to worry about that. We're just looking at the overall weather pattern, and that does suggest that below average temperatures will be headed that way. Now, for us, unfortunately, you see that big ridge there? Well, we're under the influence of that feature for the most part. Dry northerly to northwesterly flow. And that's going to result in temperatures holding above average. This is going out 10 days. I'll show you this. This is Wednesday, the 8th of January. And look at those negative height anomalies in the Great Lakes and the Northeast. And again, the potential of a cross-polar flow and really chilly air is just going to spill south there. Now, one tiny caveat to our weather. The GFS, and the GFS loves to do this. It breaks away a piece of energy that dives south out of the plains and the Rockies and kind of breaks it off and gets it caught up underneath this building ridge here and sort of forms a Rex block out here across the west and has this upper low that's sitting off the Baja. And let's just, for the sake of it, say that this scenario happens exactly as advertised. What would it mean for us? Well, unfortunately, not a lot. Yeah, there's a low there, and yeah, we'd probably see an increase in clouds from that, and we would have to watch the overall trajectory of that low and where it may end up, and if it does start to pull in some moisture, and maybe it could lead to some precipitation way out there toward the end of next week or something like that, depending on where it goes. Those things are possible, so let's not completely discount that solution, but in all probability, even if this happens, it probably does not result in anything significant happening for us weather-wise, other than probably a fair amount of cloud cover and some breezy conditions at times. But what we're really looking at here is just heights above average through much of the west and off the west coast, so temperatures around here would remain elevated. And I've seen some guidance pushing high temperatures up toward 80 degrees out here by about the 8th through the 10th of January. Not saying that's going to happen, but that is a possibility in a setup like this. Obviously, an upper low developing would throw a real wrench in the works for our forecast, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This is out here at Fantasyland. The bottom line of the forecast is cooler temperatures for the east, warmer temperatures out here in the west, and maybe an outside, very outside chance we could see something from that low. But as I have told you, and I continue to tell you for the last couple of months, do not get your expectations up on that. If we see something like that out here, in that's likely to happen within a couple of days, maybe you might want to get a little excited about it. But until then, yeah, let's trim our expectations a bit. All right. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. This goes out through the 13th of January. Yeah, it shows basically nothing. And the European ensemble is pretty much on board with that too. So, we're not gonna hang our hopes on any of these crazy scenarios just yet. And I'll tell you, with a blocking pattern that's developing like that, we're going to go through much of January, in all likelihood, without much precipitation. And I know you don't want to hear that, but I'm just going to deliver that news to you. Now, of course, things can change. Yes, we could get a huge storm and a big deluge sometime in January. It could happen. But if we look at pattern recognition, if we look at how things are developing right now, it sure doesn't look likely. And that means right now, here on December 30th, we are now sitting at 130 consecutive days without measurable rain in Phoenix. The record is 161 days. That is very much in sight if we go through basically the entire month of January without precipitation. And at least the first half of the month looks like that is very much a possibility. So we're going to be nosing into at least the top 2 or 3 driest streaks on record here in Phoenix, as if we haven't broken enough records in the last 6 or 7 months. Goodness, 2024 cannot get done with fast enough. Oof. All right. I thought 2020 was bad. All right. Let's take a look at temperatures off the national blend of models above average for the next 10 days. Yes, we'll see a downtrend potentially out there toward about 10 days. And again, if that upper low is out there and sort of tempers the upper heights here, that could also influence temperatures and keep them a little lower than some of our guidance. But again, we'll take a look at that as we get closer. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video. Support this channel, please, please, please. If you can, of course, monetarily, by clicking that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, or you can donate directly to us via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It is groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her blogs, her videos, everything Michelle related and tangentially Adriana related. It is all linked up down in the description, as is our streaming station, available 24/7, 365, called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. If you wonder what we play on KMGX, I play a little sample every day now so that, you get an idea, but I can't play too much because we get demonetized, and that's what we're playing right now. That's actually probably so much that now I won't get the $1.38 that this video is likely to make. If you're wondering, that's about what my videos make every day. So if you think I get rich off of YouTube, sometimes they make a little bit more than that, especially if people make donations. So I do this for the love of it. It is not, it doesn't even, the amount of money I make off of YouTube doesn't even cover the cost of the coffee that I buy at the store to drink in order to make these videos, never mind the kilowatt hours to power the computer, the internet connection, the memberships that I have to the various sites in order to have the graphics and everything to prepare the videos, the software, and the eventual need for an upgrade in the computer. that absolutely needs to happen here at Studio B, all that stuff. So just an insight into YouTube. If you're getting into YouTube for the money, my advice to you is don't. Do it because you love it. And I do love weather. I'm a geek for weather. Now, I love weather that actually, yields more than sunny and above average temperatures, and that's why I root for rain. But I'm also doing weather discussions for Phoenix, Arizona, so I'm a little bit masochistic in that regard. All right. Anyway, enough hot takes for you for today. That's it. Thank you so much for watching and all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe out there. Please, this time of the year in particular, be vigilant, be safe. I need all the viewers I can get. Don't do anything silly. Do something silly, just not too silly. You know what I mean? All right. Thank you so much for watching. You guys, please do be safe out there and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Monday.